Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Welcome to our today's session of Meet the Global Leader. This webinar is organized by School of Entrepreneurship Development. The objective of this webinar is to share the professionals, entrepreneurs, the journey of their from their student life, from their professional life, and how did they start, and some lessons they have learned so far from their journey, so that our audience who are currently studying at universities, so that they can understand about a professional or entrepreneurial journey and what to keep in mind, and so that like before graduation, students they can develop their skills, their mindset to set them like after their graduation for their career or professional career or entrepreneurial sector. So today we have invited Miss Senia. So she is actually is a passionate advocate for women's empowerment and the founder of Better Women, Better World, a thriving support network app for women and girls. She brings a wealth of experience to the table. Her background in business education, along with her impressive career spanning writing, activism, and hospitality management, has equipped her with a unique perspective on building communities. Through BW2 Club, she has created a powerful platform that celebrates diversity, fosters empathy, and empowers women and girls to connect and thrive globally. Its recognition by UN Women and its selection as a top business idea in Eastern Europe and Central Asia is a testament to her vision and leadership. She's a true leader in the women's empowerment movement, and I'm excited to have her share her insights with us today. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Senia. Welcome to our session.
Hi, it's such a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for the introduction, for the lovely introduction, and for the invitation to be able to come and speak and discuss different topics with you today.
Great. So as you know, like our audience, they're students. So it would be great to know about your student life. How was it, and what did you do during your student life that actually shaped you as a person right you are today?
My student life was probably one of the best periods of my life so far. I loved every second of it, and if I could go back to that time, I would, because I understood now how important it is to learn and to absorb just everything that life gives us. So, to all the students out there, my message would be learn as much as possible, connect as much as possible. Remember to build meaningful bonds with people who, cross your paths. And never forget that this is the time where you have the ability and the luxury to absorb so much knowledge that will definitely, without a doubt, serve you in the future, regardless of which profession you take or which professional path you walk on. So you will definitely benefit from all the efforts you put in today. And don't forget, the student life is also about growing as a person, not just as a professional or as a student. So absorb as much as experience as you can, because this will definitely shape you as a person, and it will change the way you view things, and it will change the way you think, which will definitely help you in the future. So my time was such a good time. I ended up living in two different countries during my studies, in Spain, in Barcelona, and in Dubai. And so different from one another, cultures that were so filled with amazing people, experiences, and traditions that definitely shaped me into the person I am today. And I'm really, really grateful that I had such an international experience during my student days.
Great. So you mentioned about your like international experiences. So made you go beyond your boundary, like to
Yes.
had that experience, to go abroad? And how did you see it today, that decision or that experience shaped your global mindset?
Yes. Well, I come from a very small country. So Macedonia is such a small country. So to have the opportunity to live abroad definitely changes the way you think and the way you view things. So I think that the major shift in my life was that I was part of an international environment. So, interacting with international people, with people from everywhere, just really changes the way you think and the way you view things, the way you pursue things. So that was the biggest gift I had, because I had friends, and I still have friends from all over the world, from different cultures, different countries, and all of them helped me understand the world in a different way. And of course, my background in my studies in business and hospitality management also, brought me to very diverse people who are professionals in the fields, but also so experienced and so shaped by the travelings they had in their lives. So when you are surround yourself with people who have traveled so much, you kind of understand that it's time to get out of your little bubble and see the view with different eyes. And I'm really glad that this happened to me at such an early age in my life, that now I am such an open-minded person. I'm a really open-minded person, an open-minded entrepreneur. My intuition is one of my biggest skills. So I kind of pursue things in a very intuitional and empathical way, which helps me build bonds that, of course, are lasting and very important to me.
Great. So you're also a writer. So how did you manage your writing career alongside your studies and work experience?
Yes, I am a writer. I think that most of me is the part that writes. So everything else is just beyond that. But the biggest part of me is dedicated to writing and to creating. So creativity is such a big part of who I am. And I have been writing since forever, since I was a little kid. And on when I was 20, I published my first novel, and now I'm the author of 7 novels, and some of them are published in other languages such as English, Russian, Bulgarian, Serbian, and of course, all of them are primarily published in my native language, Macedonian. So it's such a wonderful experience to be able to express myself through writing and to build this audience that I have today, and to have this gift, that serves me as such a tool to connect to my audience and express my thoughts, but also channel my inner self in a way that helps me grow and helps me reflect on the things that I've done, on the things that have happened to me. So balancing it with my professional career, I would say it only helped me, because writing is such a stepping stone to entrepreneurship as well. Because when you're a writer, you kind of do a lot of self-reflection, and that's really important as an entrepreneur, to be able to self-reflect and to be able to connect with potential consumers. So I've always had this opportunity, and I've done this through my writing as well. So kind of shaping characters and shaping visions was already part of who I was. So entrepreneurship sort of came naturally to me as well, because the business side of me is also really present. I'm really hardworking, and I really, really love creating businesses that matter. But my goal was never is never, oh, I want to create something that's going to bring me a lot of money. Of course, we all need money in life, but my first goal is, oh, I want to create something that will help people live better lives. So it's always the why with me. It's never the how much. And then maybe that's the reason why everything I create kind of lasts on the long term, and I see it just not as a seasonal thing or just something that will last a couple of years, but something that will be here for a longer time. And it kind of brings me connections and opportunities that I couldn't even imagine. So I always start with why, and why do you want to do this? Why is this important? It has to be important to me first of all, and then it has to matter to other people as well.
Great. So you had career transition as well. So if I mention from tourism industry, social media marketing, and event management. So in sometimes people say that maybe it's common in most of the countries that if you start in one industry, you cannot easily change to another industry. So professionals maybe because of the context or situation when they start in one industry and they find themselves in a box, inside a box, that they can't change their industry. So according to you, uh, can you share some insights about as you change transform through different industries? So what actually helped you skills wise to experience that kind of industry shift?
Yes. Well, to me, the core of what I do was always that it has to leave a personal mark on whatever I do. So to me, it was never satisfying to be part of a workforce where I just, commit to doing the same job every day. It has to be creative, and it has to leave a personal mark. So it has to mean something to someone. This is the core of what drives me forward. And I think it's all about outgrowing ourselves. So for example, I worked in the government in Macedonia for 4 years. It was an amazing opportunity for me to learn so many new things, but at one point I felt like I've outgrown myself, and I've outgrown the position that I had. So it was time for something else, and then I quit my job and I started my startup with Better Woman, Better World. And since then I've been dedicating my time to doing that. So it's all about outgrowing yourself and just starting new chapters of your life when you're ready. And it's not really about shifting industries, it's just gravitating towards what next excites you and what you think it's important to you at the moment. And as we grow as people, obviously our ambitions and our goals change. And to me, the scariest thing is to stay the same your entire life, or to stay at the same spot your entire life. That's what really scares me, and I really have a hard time connecting with people who are not scared by that, because especially younger generations, I feel like this world gives us so many opportunities, and we have to use those opportunities to create something meaningful. And I'm just always driven by change and by what's next, and what else can I do, how can I do this better, how can I do this bigger, how can I make this bigger, and how can I contribute even more.
Great. So it's the mindset, and in whatever you do, this mindset actually keeps you move forward. This zeal, that motivation and inspiration is really important.
Yes, yes, for sure,
So
for sure.
yeah. So let's talk about your organization. Tell us about it. How did you come up with this idea, and what your organization does, and till now, according to you, what are the impacts it
Yes.
have created, among the community, or among women?
Well, I started my story with Better Woman, Better World 2 years ago. And it's basically a passion project of mine that became a startup project as well. So I started the journey from Macedonia, we started as an NGO. And it was an organization dedicated to empowering women and girls in Macedonia by offering them a platform where they can connect, they can empower one another, and they can participate in different events, support groups that we create. At the same time, after a while, we saw a great potential in the project, and we decided to step it up and to build an international platform app that will connect women and girls from different backgrounds. So this year in February, we launched our BW2 Club app, which is a support network app connecting women and girls from different cultures and backgrounds. It's basically a global sisterhood when women and girls can download the app for free and join and connect with other women and girls and be part of our community. What's really, really interesting is that it's so empowering to see how it grows and how the potential is being recognized by women and girls from different cultures and backgrounds. And we're slowly, growing. We already have a user base of around 350 women and girls from more than 20 countries. We're really, really happy to witness the progress that we're making. And so right now we're all about finding partners, finding collaborators, because everything we've done so far, we've done with organically, with zero marketing budget. So it's such a challenge to grow an app in 2024 with zero marketing budget, but at the same time it's really interesting to see how it can be done. And this is my message to all the fellows out there who have an idea but don't have the money to market it. Don't let that stop you, because there's always a way to find your customer. And I know it's very, very difficult to achieve that without a solid budget, but it is possible. And I just feel like that more and more women should be encouraged to start their own stories, even if they don't have the funds and the support. And when I'm talking about support, I feel like we need to talk beyond just finances, but also about emotional support, motivational support, and just encouragement and sharing knowledge. And this is something that I believe that BW2 Club can become one day for many women and girls in the future in their entrepreneurial area, but step by step. Yeah.
Great. So, what gaps did you see in existing support networks for women that BW2 Club aims to address?
To be honest, the biggest challenge is to convince women and girls that things can be different. For example, when you're functioning in a way for a long time, you kind of have these limits that you put to yourself, and you don't want to explore other possibilities. So what we're trying to do is that we're trying to link different women and girls from different cultures and backgrounds in this safe community for them to become friends, collaborators, and become closer. Why are we trying to do that? Because we will believe that you never know when are you going to meet your next best friend or your next collaborator, or what you're going to learn from someone. So there's always possibilities, but especially coming from smaller communities that are a little bit narrow-minded in their ways of thinking and viewing things, it's very difficult for them to understand that there is a life outside of their life out there, and that it can be built and it can be changed. So we're trying to do that slowly, and I see such a progress in many areas. But that's the biggest gap that we are trying to fill. And of course, to encourage women and girls to open up about different topics, and to open up to speak and to share their journeys, but also to believe in themselves and to pursue all the opportunities that are offered to them.
Absolutely amazing. And as you mentioned that, more than 300 members from 20
Yes.
countries. So, how does your organization ensure inclusivity and cater to women from diverse backgrounds?
Yeah, well, we are a free app, so that was really important to me to launch as a complimentary app, so the women and girls from all over the world, regardless of their income and possibilities, could join us. And we're trying to build partnerships with different organizations around the world, so we can approach different countries. For example, we have a partner in Estonia, we have a partner, I don't know, in Serbia, we have a partner hopefully in other countries as well soon. And by doing the work together, we will link we will come closer to their community, invite women and girls from their community to join us. So our target market is not specifically women entrepreneurs, or I don't know, women from specific countries. We want to create a diverse community, and it's very difficult to do it because it's usually the other way around. It's done. You kind of you focus on one country, and then you grow from one to another country, and that's usually the way that's been done. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to be diverse as possible since day one, because we want to break the code by creating a diverse community that women and girls can benefit from differently when you compare us to other social networks or other communities out there. So it's a harder way to achieve the audience, but at the same time it's so much more rewarding. So this is why we need partners, and we're open for partnership as much as we can, because that's the only way we could grow.
Definitely, and you kept mentioning partnership. So, according to you, why how like according to your experience, to move something that meaningful work, to make it a movement or revolution. So, what is it, like how partnership can help propel this kind of
Yeah,
women
yeah.
empowerment, women empowerment initiative.
Oh, partnership is the most important thing. To me, it's been always like that. You never know what you can achieve with partnerships. You can move mountains with partnerships. And this is why we're always open, let's see what we can do together. Let's create projects together. Let's have create initiatives together. We have partners, for example, our partner in Estonia, they are a very interesting, very committed organization to women and girls who are immigrants in Estonia, and they try to raise awareness for their mental health, for their well-being in general. And we have so many things in common, and we want to do things together with them because together we're stronger. And imagine if we could find more partners like that. We could do amazing stuff together. We can develop so many interesting things together. And I feel like this is another gap. This is another boundary that we have to talk about, because people are kind of scared to explore partnership opportunities. This is my experience in general, especially from smaller countries. They're scared to become partner with someone who is just in the beginning there to write their story. But that's the point. If we link our powers and merge our powers together now when we're starting, we will grow faster, both of us. And it's not always about playing safe, to partner with someone who's already there for quite some time and build something very meaningful, but it's also to give a chance to someone who is just starting. And it's about recognizing opportunities. It's about seeing where this could go. I feel like a lot of people have trouble seeing where this could go. Most of them see, oh, this is it now. They have trouble visioning the future in the long run. But that's what entrepreneurship is about. You have to see where this can be in 10 years. Of course, when I make a successful story, I know that a lot of people would like to partner with me, but that's not the point. I want someone to be here when I'm just at my beginning, and to help me and help us to grow together. And I feel like a lot of people have trouble realizing that, and just have trouble visioning the bigger picture.
Absolutely, like-mindedness is important, because sometimes there are some organizations, they said, oh, we just want to be partner up. They just want to put the logo and the partnership news and just like a feather in the cap. But
Yeah.
the main point is, it's also the responsibility of the founders to find the like-mindedness, so
Yes.
that they can grow together. So
Yes.
apart from that, what strategies did you use to gain recognition for your organization on the global stage?
Yes. Well, just using every opportunity out there. We've been part of 4 accelerator programs in just 1 year. 4. That's a lot, but I've applied to every single thing that seemed interesting. And I've gained recognition by doing so. So UN Women happened to me as a reward to that. It was an accelerator program, and we were part of it. And then we were selected as top 2 from our country, and we went to Istanbul to present our idea in front of investors. Then I received another award from the Regional Corporation Council as part of the Empowering Women movement for special recognition for empowering women in the Western Balkans region. And then our project was selected by NLB Bank as top 10 projects that contribute to better society. So slowly things were, started happening. But still, it's so much work. It's nobody sees that, in the background, how much work it is. And especially when you're the only founder, like myself, I'm the only founder, which gives me a lot of freedom, but at the same time, it's all up to me. And sometimes when you have bad days, and sometimes you just starting to doubt yourself, and you want to quit, and you want to you say, this is too much, this is too difficult. But then you never quit, because you know that you're here for a very strong reason. And that's why I kind of recommend everyone starting with reason, because when you have something that means to you, you'll not quit even in the hardest days. And when you have something that doesn't really mean to you, you will quit more easily, because it doesn't mean to you. So it's just using every opportunity out there. I mean, the internet is the window to the world. You have so many things out there, and just research, apply. Sometimes you get rejected, and that's okay. You move on. Next, until something really catches an opportunity, and you use it, and you put yourself 100% in there, and then maybe something will happen. So everything I've done it in that way. And this is my strategy: just approach, apply, research, reach out as much as you can, as many people as you can. Of course, the right people have to be selected, but as much as you can. And then something will turn back to you. Some things will come around for us, and then you have to just use the opportunities that are out there.
Yeah, you have mentioned a very critical point. Like for in professional career, entrepreneurship, or like founding an organization, as you have mentioned, you are you are the only founder. So during that hard times, like sometimes we reach out to our friends, mentors. So what do you do in general when you feel like stressed out? Do you have mentor? um, how significant it is to have mentor
Yeah.
for professionals, students? If you just shed some light on that.
I have mentors. I have people I talk to. I have a therapist as well, so that helps. No, jokes aside, I have some people that are like my support system that help me, but those are not many people, I have to be honest. And founding a story can be quite lonely, because in the long run, you understand that not a lot of people around you will support you, and that's okay. So many people, some will not understand your vision, some will not feel the passion, some will not believe in you. That doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means that they can't picture you doing that, and that's okay. So on my way to building this, I'm still being hurt by a lot of reactions that I would wish were different, but they were not. And but that doesn't make me want to stop. Quite the contrary, it makes me want to continue, so I don't give up. But within some time, you kind of learn to rely on yourself, as the most. So you kind of build a partnership with yourself as well, and friendship with yourself, and you kind of find your support system within yourself mostly. And you understand that once you believe in yourself, that's good to go. That's enough. Everything else is a bonus. If you have a mentor, that's amazing. If you have some friends that can help you, that's even better. If you have a partner who can help you and who believes in you, that's great, but that's bonus. Everything that you are is within yourself. So I kind of learned that too. In my difficult days, in my hard days, I'm the one who puts myself back on track and just stands up and continues. And I always find a reason to do that. because I learned how to be, in peace with myself, and how to be, proud of myself, and how to give myself some slack for what I've achieved, but also not take myself too seriously when I don't achieve what I wanted to achieve, because I know that tomorrow is a new day, and really everything changes so fast. So I never take things for granted. But I think that founding a startup really, besides building me as a, entrepreneur, a hustler, whatever you call it, whatever you want, I didn't know how to hustle before. I was really shy to ask for what I want, and for what I need, but I learned how to ask for what I want, and I'm not afraid to ask what I want, and I'm not afraid to say out loud what I need and what I think I deserve. So this is something that I learned on the way, and it also helped me to mold myself into a different person, because I learned something, that we women have trouble saying out loud what we think it's ours. We kind of wait for others to recognize what we deserve. We work hard and we want to be rewarded for our hard work, but we are still afraid to ask for what we need. And that has to be changed, because men ask for what they need every single day, and we need to learn to ask for what we need or want as well.
Definitely, and this is a very important point. Sometimes we are so busy with some other stuffs, we forget to stop and think about ourselves. Is it the right direction, or the things that have? It doesn't matter professional career, or like self venture or founding an organization.
Yeah.
So when the vision is clear, you are alone or you're together with your partners or partner organization, the fact is you are clear, you have been moving forward. So
Yes.
this is important. When we don't have like clear vision, we
Yes.
are like carelessly walking around or running around to different points. But
Yes.
as they are, like, from your points, like it's very clear that you are stick to your vision, your aim is clear, your vision is clear, and you are going forward to achieve your goals, achieve your mission and vision. So this is very important to, as you know thyself, that very important point. There's a love thyself. Then we can explore what is the weakness, or what I like the most, or what I believe the most. Even then, if you don't have like supports, you can support yourself, that you have mentioned. So this is very
Yeah.
powerful, very powerful. So how do you track success of BW2 Club in empowering women and girls?
Well, I have some, vision and goals where I want to be in a year from now, and I've kind of, track everything I've, fought for. Have I achieved it or not? Of course, the users that we have are also a very big proof of our success. The projects that we implement are also a very big proof of our success. The work that we've done, the partnerships we have achieved, how many people we've attracted in our community, and things are changing. But there's some things that you can plan and some things that you cannot, especially in the startup business. There's so many things that just pop on the way, and you could kind of have to recognize them now and be able to use these opportunities that happen right now. So, for example, you are in a room of people and then someone approaches you. You can't plan that, you kind of have to act now. So I try to stay, on point, but also not to be as rigid as I can be, but to be a little bit flexible, because when you're flexible and your energy is fluid, you kind of, are open to opportunities and open to alternatives. Because sometimes you have you have a goal, and you have a path that you think you have to walk until you achieve your goal. But sometimes it's actually not the right path. Something else will happen on the way, and you have to be able to change your mind. So I'm just staying as flexible as I can, but also as focused as I can. So it's a balance of both, I think. And every single day is a progress, as long as the story keeps moving forward, as long as we're not in the same spot as we were month ago, I'm really happy, and I know that things are happening. And the thing about startup business, because it takes a while until you earn money, and a lot of people around you are going to start asking the questions, oh, have you earned any money with that idea of yours? Has it brought any money to you? Not yet. Well, how long is it going to take? So those questions know how to put you down. But trust me, it takes a while. It takes approximately some time, years sometimes, until you kind of develop a business. And I know that there is rules. For example, you keep trying for a year or two. If it doesn't work, it's time to quit. But I don't like those rules, because we have so many stories out there for someone who has been trying for 10 years and then in the 11th year something happened. So as long as you're moving forward, as long as you have alternatives, and alternatives, when I say alternatives, I mean alternative ways of approaching your problem, and you're flexible and you're changing and you're growing, I think that everything is achievable. And I don't want to set myself with limits like, oh, I need 1 year to succeed, because I'm realistic. I come from a very small country. If I was in the US, if I was a US citizen, I know that things will be different for me, because there is, startup opportunities everywhere there, and there's so many opportunities for funding, for especially for startups developed by business by women in the business in the US. But for a woman from Macedonia, the opportunities are less, and we have so many limits that we have to push. And I know that my path is not the same as the path of an American startup owner, and I know that we have our own boundaries we have to push and move forward. But at the same time, it makes it that much more interesting, because you kind of realize that things are possible for you regardless of where you come from.
Definitely. And you mentioned earlier that digital tools are there, like through like you have almost you have traveled to Bangladesh online. Like, you're connecting with the
Yes.
community of Bangladesh through this platform, or you can connect with anyone from anywhere. So
Yes.
this is the great part, like if we can, like there is a term called a resource maximization. So whatever we have within our limits, if you can utilize that in our best way,
Yes.
like you can go anywhere, uh, wherever you want to. So like what are your long-term goals for the platform and its impact on women's lives?
Well, Better Woman, Better World is a startup that launched BW2 Clubs, an app connecting women and girls around the globe, with an intention to become one of the leading communities, digital communities with big impact on society as well in the world. That's the goal. And we see ourselves growing in the future, continuing to grow, expanding our work in events in person as well, creating maybe even some special workshops for women, retreats, special programs for women that we're going to create together with some partners, and just expanding our work both digital and offline, in person. So our goal is quite clear. We want to grow into being one of the leading communities connecting women and girls, and an app that serves as a place where women and girls can feel safe, included, empowered, and encouraged to have fun, be creative, connect with other women and girls, find friends, find collaborators, find interesting inspiration to build something new.
That is amazing. And like connecting right information, right resources, or resource person, like you can create a revolution.
Yeah,
As an
let's
organization,
hope.
that's true. As an organization, that's we've been trying, but what we're trying to do is, like putting all together the right information, right people, right resources, and let them engage with each other and make the positivities
Yes.
flow among people. So this is very important, like you create a platform where opportunities are endless, and anyone can connect and make an impact in their life. So
Yes.
what advice would you give to students or young professionals who want to create positive change in their communities?
Okay, to find something they're passionate about. So when you work in a field that interests you really, it's everything is easier. Like the long hours, the commitment, it's not as hard as when you dislike what you do. So you have to like what you do. It has to mean something to you. You have to find your why. When you find your why, um, everything else falls in line. So that's the first thing, and then use your voice to create something that will mean to you, that will help you grow as a person, as a professional, that will help you have a better life. But it will also mean something to the community, because I feel like in the capitalist world that we live now in, you know, things are changing and we're shifting towards a social types of businesses where of course profits are the core of it, but at the same time, not only that, we have to have a purpose, and it has to mean something, and we have to have a bigger picture and a vision in the long run. So I feel like the newest generation should focus on that as well, to build something that will actually mean something to society, and maybe shift us all in a different direction, in a better direction. So it's find what your why, find your passion, and use every opportunity to build something meaningful to you and others. Don't just live through life without dreams, without without knowing yourself truly, because I feel like people who don't have dreams don't know themselves. You have to know yourselves in order to dream. When you know yourself, when you're in connection with yourself, and when you're like in peace with yourself by having a bond with yourself, you can dream because you know what means what to you. And I feel like so many people just live by without even knowing themselves, and that's such a loss, because we're such an amazing creatures, all of us, so many things happening inside of our mind. And when you get to know yourself, your chakras open up, and you kind of end up dreaming about other stuff as well. So don't be scared to get to know yourself. Don't be scared to make mistakes, because you will, and it's okay as long as you learn from that and them, and try not to repeat them. And if you repeat them, ask yourself why you haven't learned your lesson, and remind yourself that until you learn your lesson, things are not going to change for you. So we have to learn our lessons, and it's all about learning your lessons and moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. And I really believe that women and people in general who work hard, know why they're doing it, are decent, with clear minds and pure hearts. I really think that the universe helps those people in the long run. And I feel like it's impossible that things won't happen for you. They will, as long as you work hard, you keep pushing it again and again. You don't give up, you stay focused, you stay pure, you stay a good person. I think things will come to you no matter what.
Absolutely. The book The Alchemist, there so many things have been shared, and I can connect what you have just shared. So this is very important. If we focus or work hard for social medias, it is not going to work in our life. So this is we this has to be very clear, because students, who are the audience, who are listening and going to listen later, it is very important to know your primary work. It's to study, and then to contribute to the community, to the country, and to the world.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that have a clear vision, and together with like-minded people,
Yeah.
anyone can do great things, positive things for the world. They should start doing some things, and above all, they should also develop some skills, harness some skills to prepare themselves for future after graduation. If they want to start any their venture, if they want to create something bigger, or go for professional career, they can do it later on as well.
Yes.
So they have to have an aim, they have to have a mission and vision, and then work before graduation, or when there is time, when you are a student, so you can design your career or your life in a better way. So thank you so much, Ksenia, that for the wonderful things. Like within this short period of time, we wanted to know very basic things from your discussion, from your experiences, so that students can get an idea about how you are doing, how you're pushing yourself forward, and what you are doing, and some insights. And we encourage our listeners to, especially female, you can be part of this, wonderful organization, Better Women, Better World, from anywhere in the world, from
Yes.
Bangladesh,
Yes.
from other countries as well. And you can connect with each other, and it's a network, and it's a wonderful platform to explore and put your step outside your country online digitally. So this is a wonderful way, and to find, when you like-minded people together, you can do so many meaningful works together. It doesn't matter you
Yes.
have to go there. We can
Right.
online, or what, in digital, using digital tools, you can do some meaningful works, and who knows
Yes.
what it leads to you. So also, if you want to connect with our speaker, you can reach out to her through LinkedIn. And definitely, by connecting with like-minded people, we all can grow. So this is a message to our audience, and thank you so much again. We wish you very best of luck of what we're doing. um, it is very important, like you kept mentioning about doing good for others.
Yes.
And what, for it is a very big thing, like this pure soul. So we wish you very best of luck, and like, out of your busy schedule, you have given us time and this insights, like this piece of information, will really help our audience, and whoever is going to listen. It's an honor for us for to have you with us today. um, Maybe we will, do something together in future.
Yes.
um, be well and do well.
Thank you so much for your invitation. It was really lovely talking today, and sending my messages to these fellow students and to the audience, and to many more opportunities like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.